Good evening and welcome back to Girded with Truth. Thank you so much for joining us again, yet another week for our upcoming series, Wisdom. Today we're starting this series called Wisdom, and God has really been pouring into me what He wants us to really glean into and listen and obey. Even in this season, He's ready to give us wisdom. There's so many promises that He has given to us, both tangible and intangible. But in this season, God wants to give us wisdom. There's no other way we can get wisdom but by our life experiences, by the things we go through, by the people we meet, by the processes that God has for us to go through. And wisdom, godly wisdom, comes only from God Himself. We like to say in all our getting, get wisdom. But how do we get wisdom? Today we're going to learn how do we get wisdom. And as we get into this wisdom series, today we're talking about ask of me. James chapter 1 verses 5 to 8 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways." So God is saying here, if you lack wisdom, just ask. He will freely give to you without reproach. He would not take it back. He wouldn't tell you if you make a false move or a wrong move, and I give you wisdom, why are you doing this? No, He will not do that. He will give it to you freely, and He will keep helping you and advising you and pouring wisdom into you every step of the way along life's journey. But when you ask, you have to ask in faith. And we just came out of a faith series. So therefore, we understand how we ought to activate and ask in faith. And He says, don't just ask in faith, but do not doubt at all, because if you doubt, you will be like someone who's going to and fro, up and down. You'll be unstable, and you'll be unstable in all your ways, because you'll be double-minded about that situation. And a lot of us might be double-minded about situations that God has spoken to us about, because we're not sure if we can fully trust. We're not sure if we have enough faith. We might be doubting a little bit because, it's something supernatural. But God is saying, stand your ground. He is saying, just ask for the wisdom and put your faith behind that wisdom, and that request rather. And as you begin to ask of God, once you do not doubt, He will definitely come through for you. He will definitely give you that wisdom that you need. So we will look at someone who's an example of seeking God, seeking the wisdom of God, and God really came through for them. 1 Kings chapter 3 verses 5 to 12 says, "In Gibeon the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, 'Ask what I shall give thee.' And Solomon said, 'Thou hast showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Lord my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him, Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall arise like unto thee. And we know Solomon to be the most wise person in the earth. Anytime we talk about wisdom, everyone knows about the wisdom of Solomon. So here, Solomon is not like Jeremiah saying, I am but a child, I cannot speak. He's not like Moses who's saying he can't talk. But instead he's saying, God, I'm willing, I'm ready to take on this task, but I definitely need wisdom for it. Let us be honest, not everyone is out there being disobedient. There are certain people whose heart is set on God, whose mind is set on God, and who is pursuing God, but they don't know how to accomplish this thing. They are willing, they are available, they are ready, but they need the wisdom. And God is saying today, He knows that you need the wisdom. He knows that you need the know-how. He knows that you need the strategy in order to execute this thing. And He is saying, just ask of me. Today, God is telling us, He's glad we are ready. He's glad we are available. He's glad we are willing. He's glad we are obedient. He's glad our heart and our minds are set on Him. And He is ready to give us the wisdom. We just need to ask of Him. We just need to ask the right questions. We just need to seek the right things. We just need to desire wisdom. And here Solomon said, all I need to do is know. I just need the wisdom. It's not just the wisdom to know about the situation, but know how to handle the situation no matter the outcome. And God said, because you ask of me wisdom, to have a wise heart, and to also understand everything, then I will give you wealth, riches, and everything else. Because you did not ask for the life of your enemies. You didn't ask for the downfall of the people who hated on you. You didn't ask for long life. You didn't ask for any of these things. That is for yourself. But instead, you ask of me wisdom to lead my people. Because the verse 8 says, and thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered or counted, for a multitude. And verse 9 goes on to say, give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? So Solomon is saying, I'm not equipped. I don't know what to do. I don't even know if I can handle this situation. But because you give it to me, I receive it. I am grateful for it. You were so good to my father, and you even saw it fit to put me in the position after my father. And Solomon here is coming with a grateful heart to God, and he is saying, God, I'm thankful for this, but I don't have the strategy. I don't know anything, and I don't know how to deal with these people. I am a child, and I don't know what to do, but I know you're able to help me. And Solomon went before God with the right posture, with the right position, with the right heart. And God said, I see your heart. I see you for who you are. I see what is in your heart. And because you ask of me, I will give you what you asked for and so much more. So today God is saying, ask the right question. Seek wisdom. Ask of me for my purpose, for what I have designed you for, and I will freely give to you. If you lack wisdom, God will give it to you freely. He's saying, just ask of me the strategy, ask of me how to do this thing. But you can't go before God thinking you know everything, because you don't. God knows all things. He's an all-knowing God. So the moment you come to God and you realize you do not have all the answers and you need God, you need the strategy, you need to rely on Him 100%, then He will be ready. He is ready, as a matter of fact, to pour out into your life like you've never received before. So today, I've come simply to say, ask of me. God is saying to you today, ask of me. So stand before God and just ask of Him. This is the beginning of the Wisdom series, and I will see you as we continue this series for the entire week. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.